Hello everyone, and welcome back to another run through Link to the Past Randomizer. Today we are doing a Keysanity run. So as you can see, the tracker that I'm using is a little bit different today because we are, as I mentioned, Keysanity. We're moving all of the big keys, all the small keys, the map, the compass. Those are now being put in chests all throughout Hyrule, so you'll have to find them in order to complete the dungeons on top of the items you need. So this is going to be pretty nutty and pretty exciting, and there's going to be a lot to find. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to just jump in there and I'll explain it as we go. I'm going to start from Key's house. And let's see what's in our house. And we found our first big key. So you see, whenever you find a big or small key, it will say it's the big or small key of whatever location. So in this case, Eastern Palace. So that is a good big key to have because it is required. But here's another thing. Looking at the map here, you don't see pendants or crystals. Yes, it's hidden. In this mode, it is hidden because you need the map in order to actually know if a dungeon is a pendant or a crystal, which does make things a little different. We are doing Ganon. Defeat Ganon and the crystals. So, alright, got you. Now we'll check to see what's in the tree pool here. But yeah, you do... Oh, okay, magic. Nice. So you do need to get the 7 crystals, but right now we don't know where the 7 crystals are. We don't even know what's in Light World. Our uncle, he either loves us, or he just ripped his heart out of his chest. I don't know which one is better. But, so we're going to be on the big hunt here, and until we get those maps... Oh, here's our first map, Turtle Rock. Okay, so when I'm in the Dark World, now I'll know whether or not the Turtle Rock dungeon is going to be required. Alright, not much we can get to there, just check the uncle, see if he had a weapon for us. He does not. I'm going to go to Sanctuary and open up this chest here, and then I'm going to do a little glitch that puts us in... Oh, map to Eastern Palace. Oh, well, now we can find out what Eastern Palace is. But I'm going to do a little glitch called the Chris Houlihan glitch. It puts you in the Chris Houlihan room. He was a kid that won a prize in Nintendo Power, and they gave him this room. Put his name in a room in A Link to the Past. And it's also filled with a ton of rupees. Keysanity seeds can be kind of money-starved. So being able to get this room means that I won't have to worry about being able to buy bombs or anything. It'll save me some time. So you do that, gotta jump into here 3 or 4 times. It's just to desync the camera. And then we jump down here. And here we are. This is the Chris Houlihan room. As you can see, it's got a ton of blue rupees. This little tile back here, this is not a hint tile. Randomizer tournament winners. Yes, so all the winners of the randomizer tournaments that are run are put on here. So as you can see, Andy won in 2018, and AJ Neb won in the last couple times. Alright, and that always spits you back out Link's house, but we don't want to be in Link's house. We're going to go over to Kakariko Village with all these rupees. So yeah, on top of all the items that we need to complete a dungeon, like for Eastern Palace, you still need the bow and the lantern for it to be in logic, but you also need the big key in order to beat it. There are no small keys in Eastern Palace, so it's not the best example, but like Swamp Palace, you need all the items you needed to beat Swamp Palace before, but on top of that, you also need to get the Swamp Palace small key, which could be almost anywhere. That's a hard thing to find. So this is a mode that is very complicated. Just rupees off you. I don't care. And it might be pretty nuts, but I don't think it'll be as nuts as the inverted seed. That one was pretty crazy. Alright, our Lumberjack Ledge is a sword upgrade. Okay, that's good to know. I'm probably not going to get Golden Sword this time unless Aghanim is required. because of the fact that I'm already going to need to have Master Sword to get up there, it's not worth it. So that's good to know. Stupid bird. And let's see, back here we have another heart container. I'll take the life this early in the game. And down here is... okay. The flute is really nice to find this early. There's a few items that are really great to find early. The boots is one of them, the flute's another, the mirror as well. So right now we're just doing our basic checks. As you notice, this is not inverted. This is doing the normal open mode. You can do an inverted Keysanity, which is, you know, good luck with your sanity if you do that. But we're just doing a open mode seed with Keysanity. I don't have any bombs, so I'm going to hold off from going in here. I'm going to go buy some. I have more than enough. First, let's see what the bottle... The bottle merchant gives me a 20% return, so I ended up making a very bad investment there. And here, we're unlocking our bird, which is great. It actually makes Death Mountain semi-in logic. I can check Death Mountain, I can check Spectacle Rock Cave and what's on top of Spectacle Rock. I can sequence break and get the old man back. But there's so many more other checks to make that I'm not going to bother. Okay, I'll get my 10 bombs. Perfect. Now I'm going to go back up to Blind's hut and the well, and we'll see what's back there. So yeah, right now we're still in the kind of like... they call this Sphere 1, which is the set of items that you can check that are in logic immediately. You don't need any particular items for. And this is a pretty standard route. We've already got the flute, which is handy. So having that early is great. Gives... oh, and a bottle. Okay, that's also really good. Small key to Thieves' Town. Oh, the tracker didn't get, so give me 1 second. And small key. Okay. There's only one key to Thieves' Town, and that gives you access to the big chest. Ah, the Moon Pearl. Okay. Alright. That's good to find. Just like always, we are hoping to not have to do Aghanim. Oh, hey! Not Titans, it's a Power Glove. Okay. Alright, that gets us somewhere. So now the only thing we need in order to get access to the Dark World is the hammer. Meanwhile, Aghanim, not only do you need the same items to get to Aghanim, you also need 2 Castle Tower keys, so it's looking good for us not having to fight Aghanim this seed. Oh, the flippers. I'm really glad I did that Houlihan glitch ahead of time, because there is another way to do it, but that was easier. Oh, compass to Ice Palace. The compasses are not that useful. The only thing they do is they show how many items you've gotten in a dungeon, which, if you have a tracker like me, it's kind of pointless. And the map of Desert Palace. Well, I've actually gotten 2 Light World maps now at this point, so... well, let's check the map. Okay, so both Eastern Palace and Desert Palace are crystals. Good to know. Unfortunately, that... no, actually, that's great news, because it might mean that there are 2 to 3 pendants in the Dark World, and the Eastern and the Light World dungeons are just way easier to finish, and generally have less requirements. Alright, our Granny's hut has another big key. The big key to Pod. Alright. It is a required big key. Oh, if Pod is a crystal. Some dungeons you don't need the big key to beat. Like Swamp Palace, you don't actually need the big key. Alright, so we got our bottles. Let's check the Sick Kid too. Oh my. Oh my goodness. So we are less than 10 minutes in, by my count, and we've already got full Dark World access. Well, okay, not full. We can't get to East Death Mountain, but the map of Thieves Town. Okay. But yeah, we've got access to most of the Dark World now at this point, with the flippers, the hammer. Yeah, that opens up a ton of checks, which is good and bad. Alright, Library Ledge, useless, don't care. Alright, and you know what? In Keysanity mode, it's usually better to just go ahead and do the race game, because the odds of a key that you need being there are so good. So I'm just gonna do it blind. Yep. Of course it'll probably be like 10 rupees. Alright, and it... Ooh! It's silver arrows. Yeah, I'll take that. I will never say no to silvers. And I have my birdie, so let's go and flute to 7. We're gonna go check the dam and Moldorm. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the mirror or the hookshot, so I'm gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way and go in twice. So first things first, let's see what is inside. So by the way, I'm just doing all the Light World checks because they're easier to get to. 300 rupees this early in the seed? I'm definitely taking that. But you could honestly do whatever you want. It's, you know, it's your life. Compass 2, Turtle Rock. So theoretically you need both the map and the compass and whatever keys you need to complete the dungeon for the dungeon to be in logic. But if you don't find the map or the compass, no one's gonna care. It's you know, where are they all hidden? You can complete them just fine without them. Alright, how many bombs do I have? Only 5 bombs. Alright. Not great, but... There, that's better. Nice. 2 Moldorms with 1 bomb. Alright, that was actually a pretty good mini Moldorm room. Money. More money. Even more money. The most... well, that was money. Another bottle and a heart container. Nothing good. Nothing doing. Alright. Well, the game is probably telling me to go check out Zora, so I'm gonna go do that. So, it's actually faster for me to just flute to 8 right here, because I'm gonna go check the Ice Rod Cave as well. I am joking around a little bit. The game doesn't actually consider the amount of rupees you have when saying whether or not Zora's in logic. So the only thing that it checks to 2 heart damage off these crabs. They're the worst. Okay. The only thing that it checks is if you have either the gloves or the flippers. Ooh, big key to Ice Palace. That is not a required big key, because you can bomb jump. You do not need the big key. It is required for logic, though. Alright, we're just going to flute back to 8. And we've got the flippers, so let's go check some swimming locations. So I don't actually need to fake flipper, because I have real fake flippers. Alright, so we're going to check the island, then the hobo, then we'll go up to Zora. Okay, there's a big key on that island. So we're going to note that because if that is a required big key, we're going to need the mirror. So even if Swamp Palace is a pendant, we still might need that mirror to finish the seed. Oop, there we go. Alright, and our hobo today has more money. This is a rich seed. Rich seed indeed. Also, seriously, you're living under a bridge. Why are you giving me all your money? Okay, well, we're gonna go down to Zora. I'm gonna flute over and check the desert ledge and Agena, just because I can. And with the flute, it's a super duper easy check. But we've got 4 more item locations right here. Oop. There we are. Okay, and here are 2 items. Ah, our first sword. Nice to have. And another bottle. Wow, we've already gotten 3 of our 4 bottles. That one was empty, though. So, yeah, the sword is good to have. It is required, again, for actually finishing Skull Woods. And you need a Master Sword to beat Ganon, so good to have. Heart Piece up on Zora's Ledge. I'm not going to bother. Alright, now let's see what the king himself has for us. Or rather, we will shortly. Have to get past everything. Alright, Zora has a map. Not worth it. The map of Ice Palace. Great. Well, we're getting these checks out of the way. That's good. Come on. Oh. Right, he doesn't actually do it from here. That's fine. Alright, let's go to my house. Oh yeah, here's a little fun fact. That rock and only that rock is a 50-50 bomb rock. So if you pick it up, half the time it'll have a bomb, half the time it'll have nothing. Alright, and up here we have Piece of Heart, not useful, ignoring that. And we'll check Agena's Cave, just because we're right here. And after that, Eastern Palace, maybe? It's not in logic for us, but... well, okay, Heart Container. Yeah, it's not in logic, but there's Sahasrara, who has 3 items for us. Eastern Palace will have quite a few. In Keysanity mode, do not be afraid of the double dip. It's just gonna happen. You're gonna have to double dip something at some point. There's just too many items and too many keys. So we're gonna make our way over. There's also the front of Escape, which we can get most of. There's the back of Escape, which we can do as well. There's a lot of Light World checks, but at this point, I think I'm going to probably go to the Dark World after this. We don't actually have the big key for Thieves' Town, so there's only 4 items we can get to, but 4 items. Keep in mind, because the big keys, little keys, and maps and compasses are removed, that's 4 items, not just 4 checks. Oh, also, Sahasrara is really useful in Keysanity. Want something free? Green Pendant is in Ice Palace. So he just straight up tells you that we don't want to go to Ice Palace. More bombs. Big Key of Desert. Alright. Bombs. There's still a small key to Desert that we do not have. Also, we don't have a fire source. Or the book, so we can't really get into Desert and do anything. But we know it's a crystal, so it's good to have this stuff. Okay, we're gonna go into Eastern now. there is quite a few checks. I'm going to... Oop. I'm going to go... Oop. Okay, come on, keep stabbing me. Alright, I'm going to take a quick pause and put Eastern on the map here. So yeah, you can see there is 5 chests that we can get to, plus Armos, which we don't actually have access to. So, it's a lot of items. It's definitely worth looking. Alright, just a shield. The tracker doesn't auto-update. Ooh. So, I have to actually keep track of things here as I transition. Alright, that's one item. Don't have the hook shot, so I'm going to have to go the long way around. There's also a hint tile in here. Alright, yeah, I just have the cruddy fighter sword. Map to Swamp Palace. Okay. I've got a lot of maps now, but I don't really want these maps. Don't have a bow to shoot these arrows, but whatever. So, I don't actually have the lantern, so there is one chest that is technically out of logic, but I'm gonna check it anyways. I'm not gonna let logic get in my way. Ah, darn. Didn't get it perfectly that time. Okay. And we're good. I have the big key already, so I can already check the big key chest. That's handy. Small key to Skull Woods. Alright. That Skull Woods has a lot of small keys, and they don't really matter. But one is nice, whatever. Heart container is in a chest requiring a specialist to unlock. That is the purple chest. So, it's a heart container, and it's probably not worth it. Big key chests. Just a blue rupee. So yes, this area right here is technically out of logic because you need the lamp to get to it. Alright, but yeah, you can still navigate the dark rooms without actually... Yeah, you can navigate the dark rooms without actually seeing what's happening. Yep, alright, and we're through. I'm a little low. There is a way to damage boost past this room and get the chest a little faster, but since I'm low on hearts, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Which, this guy is... I hate these skeletons so much. Okay. Now everything flies away, and I can get to this. 10 arrows. Not really worth it. But that's okay. But, you know, overall, we're making some good progress. Looking at my map here... Well, the only things that we really have left are Dark World. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to my house again, and we're going to go to the Dark World. We are going to check out Hype Cave. And then we'll probably call this one a little bit early. We've got a good amount of stuff done, and we've got some interesting checks ahead of us. Afterwards, we've got I'll probably go to Thieves' Town and check out a few items there. But until then, there's always Hype Cave. 5 items in Hype Cave. Oh yes, and I'll edit my tracker in just a second here. Here, I'll edit it now, because I got all the chests except for Armos, which is not in logic. Okay, and now for Hype Cave. 5 items. Will we find anything good in here? Heart piece. Nope. Not so far. Nope. Big key to Swamp Palace. Womp womp. 50 rupees. Oh! The bow. Well, that's good to see. I guess I could have actually completed Eastern Palace had I gone to the Dark World, but it's technically still not in logic. Alright. Well. Oh, let's do one last thing before we go. Okay, three pendants in the Dark World. That's good to know. Okay, so we've got Swamp Palace is a pendant, and Thieves' Town is also a pendant, and Turtle Rock is just a crystal. It's actually the vanilla crystal, believe it or not, it's Crystal 7. And the last thing, the very last thing this episode will do is we're going to go and check the Big Bomb guy. He will tell you where the red crystals are. So, given that, we will know where all of our crystals are and what's going to be required. Crystals from Skull Woods and Tower of Hera. So we know that Tower of Hera is a red crystal, Skull Woods is a red crystal, and everything else is a crystal because cannot be otherwise. Okay. Alright. I think that went very well. Or at least it went better than the inverted run so far, but there's still plenty of time in this seed for things to go horribly awry. But until next time, good luck out there, and I'll see you soon.